I think that like that world, we have a pretty secular world. What is that? That is so interesting.
CBD.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I thought it was something that.
No, it's a CBD vape.
I thought it was somebody gave you something that's like you're about to transcend or something.
Oh no!
I thought you were like it's DMT.
Imagine.
I'm bored with you. I'm going somewhere else for a few minutes. When's the last time you've done DMT?
It's been a while.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Should I do it?
Should
we all do it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a cigarette.
Are you thinking about it?
I'm thinking about maybe doing it.
A lot of people have asked me about it.
It's
recently. Seems like
that Spirit Molecule thing years ago was an awesome documentary.
You know this Andrew Gallimore guy? Do you know what he's doing? So he's what is his exact discipline? Is he a psychologist? He's doing these things in a country where it's legal, where you fly there and you do a 5-hour DMT experience, like intravenous. He's a chemical pharmacologist, neurobiologist, and a writer. One of the world's leading experts on psychedelics. Very interesting guy. And he's creating this place. I forget what it's called. Do you remember the name of the place?
No. A lot of people I know do ayahuasca.
That's an orally active version of DMT. This thing seems a little crazier because they can kind of regulate the dose much better and they can keep you there for a long period of time. Eleusis. Okay. So like the Eleusinian mysteries from ancient Greece. So this place, it's in Baquia, am I saying that right? In the Caribbean, in March of 2026. And the aim is to study DMTX and DMT entities and attempt to communicate with these entities. So one of the things that he's saying, so he was just on someone's podcast, maybe Danny Jones. He was been on this podcast as well. But one of the things that he was saying was that they keep going to the same place. That you can they're actually trying to create a map of whatever this experience is. So instead of doing it like an ayahuasca ceremony or doing it like you're smoking DMT and some sort of a psychedelic ceremony with your friends and it's a 15-minute experience, instead of that, they're having repeated experiences in the same environments. Like there's actually a place that you can go. And by regulating the dose somehow or another over a prolonged period of time, it allows you to maintain this state and keep entering deeper and deeper into whatever the fuck this is. But it seems to be mappable. Okay, it was the basement. That's what it was. So it is AJ from the Y-Files, which is an awesome YouTube show if you've never seen it before. And so he's talking about it doesn't take you to somewhere new. It unlocked what's always there. These guys they're trying to develop like maps of what this is. So they keep experiencing. They're charting out different entities that you experience, and there's a bunch of different ones that you experience. And one of them I've seen multiple times is jesters.
Interesting.
And these bizarre-looking psychedelic jesters.
Interesting.
I wonder if they were the original jesters. I wonder if, like, the reason why jesters dress the way they do with these dangling things off their heads, because this is what you experience in the psychedelic state, and they're trying to recreate it. But what they've done when I've done it is mock me and make me realize that I'm taking myself seriously. Like, one time there was, like fractal. There's millions of them. I don't know how many, and they were all giving me the finger like this.
Wow.
And I was like, and it was, and I said, I go, oh, I take myself too seriously. They go, yes. And they're going like that. That's it. It was like there's little corrections of your psyche that take place during these experiences.
Interesting.
It's very weird.
I'm scared to do it. Well, I'm scared I'll go in and it'll be fractals of J.D. Vance yelling at me.
It's all George Soros.
Yeah, it's all J.D. Vance going, you need to learn about AI. No, I don't know. I find it fascinating.
Well, it is. It's definitely fascinating. Chase Hughes is just on the podcast, and he did it somewhere in the United States where they did some 5-hour DMT experience. And he was, it's like, changes you. Whatever you are now is a totally different version of who you were before you had that experience.
Interesting.
Which is like life overall, over, day after day, month after month, week after week, year after year. You become a different thing. You're a different person than you used to be.
Sure.
But sometimes an experience like a psychedelic experience can make it abrupt. And then you instantaneously become a different person.
It's so fascinating because we are having all these conversations about aliens and entities and demons and whatever.
I think it's connected.
Yeah.
I think what these psychedelic things allow you to do is experiencing things. You're experiencing things that are already there, that have been there all the time. You just lack the ability to see them. You're tuning into it pharmacologically. Like they're changing the chemistry of your brain. And it's not an alien chemical. That's the nutty part about it. DMT is produced by the human body. It's produced in the brain. It's produced in the liver, I think in the lungs.
The releases when you die?
I don't know. Maybe it's very poorly understood. There's been some work done on it. One of the big ones was Rick Strassman. He wrote a book called DMT, the Spirit Molecule, and he did this. It was really kind of brilliant. He had an FDA study that he got. This is all like government approved study on psychedelics under the guise he wants to find out how bad they are for you.
Interesting.
So he told them, we want to study the dangers of these drugs.
And that's why he got all the money.
Yeah, and so then he writes his book like, this shit's amazing.
Smart.
And by doing that and then studying, they studied the Cottonwood Research Foundation. They're studying where DMT is coming from. So like the thought was that it's coming from the pineal gland. So the pineal gland is like literally a third eye in the middle of your head. But now they think it's coming from the whole brain. They don't really. The human body produces it. That's the most important part. So the human body produces this of the most potent of all psychedelic chemicals that transports you into another world. Like, how weird is it that the body produces a gateway to some other place? Now, whether it's perceived or a hallucination, the experience is the same. So you can get hung up all the time on you're just seeing things that aren't there. These are visions. Okay, maybe. Maybe what you're doing is experiencing something that's real. Like, it might not be something that you could put on a scale. It might not be something that you can measure with a ruler, but it doesn't mean it's not real. And I think we are very arrogant in our assumptions that we have an understanding of all that exists with all that we know about bacteria and molecules and cells and the mitochondria and then subatomic particles and like what there's just the reality that we've observed is so fucking bizarre. The idea that we know what's real and what's not real, and you can say, oh, it's just a hallucination. This is the reality is you go to Tim Hortons, you get yourself a donut, and you go to work.
Right.
No, I think I have a feeling that what that experience is you being able to see something that exists around you.
Well, a lot of people are very hopeful. I wasn't one of them per se, but this idea that we were on the edge of some disclosure, that the government was going to start telling us things about extraterrestrials, and remember that?
Well, the creepiest one that kept going around was that they had brought together a bunch of pastors to talk to them about disclosure, because disclosure is going to disrupt the fabric of society so greatly.
Right.
And the question was, what were they going to tell them? And so what I have been hearing from people that supposedly know things about UFOs was that they were told that religion was created by aliens to keep people in line, and that humans are the product of accelerated evolution, and they needed some sort of an origin story that made sense with rules and morals and ethics and guidelines to follow and something to worship, because without that, people are lost. And so that these aliens have created that.
Well, please let Trump say that in a press conference. He's the president to say that.
Yeah, I got to talk to him. I'll have dinner with him.
To get on there and go, guys, listen, we don't know what's going on. The Straits of Hormuz, they're open, they're closed, they're open, they're closed. Who gives a fuck anymore? Anyway, there is no God. You were all created by aliens, and you were told a bunch of lies about it. Good luck. Keep going to work. Markets up. Straits open, markets up.
It's not even that there is no God. It's that the God story that you've been told it's formulated in a way for your tribal primate brain to accept and understand.
Right.
And that there's probably a true story to all of it. If you go back far enough, and if you got the actual events that they were trying to lay out, there's too much of stuff that's in the Bible that is historically verifiable.
Totally. But do you think they didn't tell people that because they thought it would be too disruptive?
Well, here's the thing. There's a lot of stuff that, when you talk about the Bible, right?